Welcome in, everybody. Josh here from 8-Bit Goonies, and I just want to talk Marvel Snap today. Um, just a little bit about myself. I am a big Marvel fan. You see behind me here. Got Daily Bugle. Got some old books up there. Old school comic book guy. I am a Magic the Gathering player at heart. Magic is my bread and butter. I've been playing Magic since the mid 90s. I love card games, though, in general. And I'm into Snap and I'm going to start making a lot of Snap content. So please like, subscribe, do all the things, hit the thumbs up button. Um, we'd love to bring lots of Marvel Snap content. I'm going to start doing some live streams. But today, I want to talk about my current favorite deck. Um, Now, I do keep stats on all my decks, so I will provide live stat keeping with all of my videos. But yeah, let's just jump right into it because I really do find this deck to be a load of fun. Um, so yeah, right above me here, you can see it. Let's start with the early drops. It is a ramp deck. It is a leader deck. It is got some pool 3 cards, definitely. It's a leech leader deck. It's control. I love control, right? Magic, I'm a blue player all the way. Blue, black, all day long. Give me the Demir colors. So, what I know about Magic is when you want to break a card, or when a card breaks, I should say, what's the the number one cause of breaking a card in any card game? It is to play it for less resources than is normally required. That's how you break a card in any card game. So there's only a couple ways to ramp in this game at the moment, and if they introduce more, watch out, it's going to get crazy. But when you can play a turn 4, 6 energy card, and then follow that up with a turn 5, 6 energy card, I mean, this deck really allows you to play those big bangers on turns 4, 5, and 6. Leech people on turn 4, followed up with a Doom on turn 5, Leader on turn 6. What are they going to do? Um, so, some strategy in here as well, but let's run through it. First of all, Sunspot at number 1. There's going to be some early games where we don't do anything. Sunspot is fantastic. It's personally my second favorite card in the game right now. My number 1 favorite card is also in this deck. It's not leader. So yeah, Sunspot is just pure value. He goes down turn 1 ideally. He can be played later if you have the extra. I'm going to say mana probably a few times before I get used to energy. But yeah, Sunspot is awesome. Next, I'm going to skip the ramp. So we've got Psylocke and Electro as our ramp cards. Daredevil, I said Sunspot was my second favorite. Daredevil is my first favorite card. Knowledge is power, and being able to know that turn 5 play before they make it, before you have to react, especially with this deck when you get to play a turn 5 leader or a turn 5 arrow, move vision around, Professor X them. Control is all about knowledge, and Daredevil is that knowledge. So now let's go back to our ramp package. So Psylocke and Electro. Obviously, Electro, once he's down, you can only play one card at a time. Not an issue because we are going to be playing those big bangers starting turn 4 immediately afterwards. If you have a way to destroy Electro, fantastic. If you can play him into one of the areas that destroys him, no loss at all. You want to get rid of his ongoing and keep his on reveal. Enchantress is our next card. Obviously, remove the abilities of all ongoing. That is a counter spell, basically. We're going to be countering the big devil dinosaurs or any ongoings that we don't really like. And if it happens to hit Electro in the process, no big deal. Now, Psylocke is our other ramp card. 2-drop. Never play on turn 2 unless there's rare circumstances where you have Electro and Psylocke in your opening hand. Then it's okay to play Psylocke on turn 2 for the chance to play a Daredevil Sunspot combination, something like that. For the most part, though, you're not playing any of your ramp until turn 3 because you want to hit that turn 4 consistency. Leech is the next card in the deck. Well, hasn't been said about Leech? He came on as kind of a weak character. With leader, he's so powerful, especially if they're setting up their strategy. Your opponent is playing for that turn 5, turn 6, and if they have their turn 5, turn 6 card in hand, and you leech that, Oh, it's devastating. You get a lot of people just quitting right after you play Leech. I have no problem with that. Free cube's free cube. Um, Professor X, he doesn't. He's fantastic. He just shuts down a lane immediately. Now, I'm playing with him in and out of the deck, but at the moment I've got him in. He goes in, he shuts down the lane. Just don't play him on top of a sunspot of theirs that they can make bigger or anything like that. But there are certain circumstances, I don't play him every game certainly, but there are certain circumstances where he just goes in and boom, that's it. Vision, Vision's fantastic. Vision is awesome, flexible. You put him in the wrong spot, you move him where you need to move him. Yeah, Vision's fantastic in this deck. The whole point is to get ahead by turn 6 with leader, right? That's the goal. So with Vision in play, we can move him where we need to. Aero is basically the opposite of that. We're moving their cards where we want them, especially with the Daredevil play. They play turn 5, something comes down, you're like, oh, we don't need that there. Let's get it over to the junk lane. You pull a lot of their cards off. Destroy decks, it really messes with they've got they're set up with Bucky Barnes and Deadpool, and they play their Deathlock or whatever. You just pull it right over, destroys nothing. It is beautiful. Aero is a magnificent card. 5/8 is top-notch stats too. Before we get to leader, let's talk about Doom. Again, not a card that I play every game, but certainly a majority of games. And if again, we're talking about a turn 5 Doom in most circumstances. So I would save leader for the turn 6 win. Doom just drops that 15 power across the board. And then lastly, before we get to leader, is American Chavez, who I rarely play, hardly ever. The whole point of American Chavez, I think, is to push. We're playing with an 11 card deck, basically. We don't really care what high power cards we get from the Leech up to the Doctor Doom. We're going to get some of those, but we really need at least one piece of ramp, preferably the Electro. So really, American Chavez is just there to push that card down to us to make the play happen. And then lastly, leader. We all know leader probably going to get nerfed. I don't know if this deck tech may not be around for that much longer if leader gets changed or nerfed. But at the moment, as long as you're ahead on turn 5, now there's some circumstances, Cerebro decks, and you're going to lose occasionally with leader. But if you've got a good solid lead, play leader properly, you've got a good chance. This is not an easy deck to pilot. I'll be honest with you. You really have to think what your opponent's going to do, anticipate. It is a control deck. You have to be in control of the game. Locations matter pretty to a decent degree. Like we just had that Gamma event. I hate the favored locations. They're a pain in the butt. So I had to throw Shang-Chi in here whenever I was getting Hulks all over the board. But it worked too. Just to let everybody know where I am, like I said, full transparency with this channel. So I just started playing about 2 weeks ago. I am in the 60s on the ladder. Basically, I got up to about the low 50s on the ladder about a week ago, and I just hit a wall. I was playing this deck and that deck, and I couldn't get anything to work. I was playing Destroy. I was playing Discard. It's like, you know what? I'm going to go with what I know from Magic, and that is if I ramp and I play cards before they're supposed to be played, that is where I can win. That's how you win games. That's how you break cards. And think about a turn 4 Leech when you still have your 5s and your 6s in your hand, and all that stuff is just useless now other than the stats on them. It is very powerful. So yeah, this is so anyway, I stuck on that 51 to 53. Put this deck together, and I've gone up to into the 60s now. So we'll hop back over here. Just so you guys know too, my collection level. Oh, let's do this as well. We'll jump over to gameplay mode. Now, just so you know, this is how I stream. So you see my current deck. This will be cubes at risk. It does show my collection level at the moment, 1327, just so you guys know. I also track my games as they're played. So what's cool too is you can not only see what decks I was playing, but what decks they were playing as well. So yeah, this is where we currently stand, and we'll jump into some gameplay here and see how we go. There we go. So, I'm just going to play a couple games here. I really do want to just start live streaming this, though, so we can interact. I can talk with you guys. You can chat with me. So this is not bad. Oh, perfect. If I see... I'm not going to snap or anything yet, but Daredevil and Electro in the opening hand is ideal. The Aero in there is fantastic. Yeah. It's not terrible. Not terrible. Here we go. I don't like that swapping hands on turn 6, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Just so we don't get any echo here, guys, let's just do that. Okay. Now, that's fine. So see, now, in theory, Ironheart, that's fine. So he's got a Wong deck, maybe? Something hard to say. That's fine. So here we go. We're going to run out Leech at his weakest location there. Now, again, I've only been playing 2 weeks. If you guys see some strategy I'm missing or something that I should be aware of, let me know. I'm totally open to suggestions. Let's go turn 5. Now, this is Daredevil is so powerful, in my opinion. So, what do we got here? Oh, Nick Fury. Okay. So, I'm winning in the middle lane. Now, I want to be winning in one of my other lanes. Fury's a 5/7. I think I'm just going to play the Aero and not pull it. Yeah, let's do that. And then play our leader there. And I'm going to snap on it because I'm fairly confident in this. I don't think he's got anything that can beat me. Yeah, didn't think so. Alright. Collect the reward on that one. So, 15. Yeah, I was at 61. I did get beat up a little bit. Nice. Got leader split ready to upgrade there.